everyone, in this video I want to talk about the upcoming festival of Diwali that is coming up. And right now I'm sure many of us are doing shopping for the Diwali festival, and some people are also who are awake and are thinking about doing some donation activities during the festival time. And I made a video regarding some donation related things previously as well. But this year, after seeing this video from this girl, I was crying a little bit because of the innocence of the kids in this video, who are street children, who likely have parents, but don't come from really rich families, and that's why their livelihood is dependent on them earning some money during the daytime. So those children were just selling some flowers on the street, and this lady does videos where she asks kids to draw something and she gives them that. So when she asks them to draw something, other kids usually in such videos will ask for toys or something, because people who do these kind of videos do these videos in the malls. But because she asked these street children, and because they're not greedy or entitled children, and they were also likely hungry, they simply asked for simple street food that would help them with their hunger. And seeing those kids, I felt also not just those kids, but whenever I used to live in US for a while, and whenever I used to come back to India and see the street kids selling something on the street or selling something in the trains, most of the time, though I didn't buy much from street kids, I did used to buy many things from the kids who are vendors selling something in the train, like safety pin or earrings or some women's things, or sometimes fruits and flowers. And while buying fruits and flowers or vegetables from them is a healthy thing, usually, though at that time, many years back when I used to do this, I didn't used to find anything wrong buying some 10, 20, 50 rupees or 100 rupees item from them. Nowadays, because I've become a little bit conscious about the environmental impact of cheap goods that are sold in India, and not just cheap goods but poor quality material, because it's not the cheapness of the material that's the problem with these products that are sold on trains or on the streets of India, but it's the quality of the material sold that can be harmful for us and our environment as well. Because many a times I would end up buying these earrings, not use them, and end up throwing them instead, so which adds to earth pollution. So if we are thinking more about earth pollution, if we are thinking more about sustainable efforts, and if we are also wanting to do some social good, and if you want to donate somewhere during this Diwali season, while it's great if you donate to a legitimate organization that provides food to the people, food to elderly, food to children, or is a orphanage or an elderly care center or something, wherever you want to donate, that's great. But a few years back, during it wasn't even a really during a festival season, I'd asked some of my friends to donate some old clothes to an orphanage and a old age home. And what I found at that time was that in the old age home, people don't usually donate too much to old age homes, and as a result, uh, they had a lot of, I felt, looking at the organization, that the old age home doesn't get as much help as the children's center gets. And in the children's home, the issue was they get over donations during the festival season, and which I found again to be a earth pollution related wastage. And the children's home also, the orphanage also, does end up if they have extra clothes that were donated to them, or coloring books and things like that donated to them, those products they sometimes go, and also they said that they when they have a lot of it to sort through, they keep only what they need, and the rest of it they end up donating again to the slum dwellers near that area. So but while that is a great endeavor that they are getting a lot of donations during Diwali time of gifts than money, I felt that it serves uh, um, uh, especially a old age home better if people can donate their time to them, or if people can donate something like a cheerful activity with them, or because I felt they were very depressed, I felt they needed some medical caretaking. I also felt they were financially crunched because people are more inclined towards donating for kids purposes than for elderly needs. So elderly care related things also were amiss, I felt, in that facility. And while I did want to go and volunteer there again, I myself felt sick for a while, and other things happened in my life that I couldn't go back to focusing on these activities. But from them, and from this video of these kids, and from my other experiences, wherein in US, some people like me who used to be staying in US, and we would come back to India and see the poverty of the conditions of certain kids in India. At that time, there were certain organizations created by my friends or people who were many years, 10, 20, 30 years senior to me, who had created social help related non-profit organizations where we would collect money as a student group. And when I was involved in this, most of the time I was either a student, and some of the time I was also working. So in those times when I was part of these organizations, we would donate our salary, we would donate our time to do some fundraising activities in order to generate money for educating kids in India, or putting money towards a non-profit institute in India that is doing something to educate kids in India. So this is why I am making this video, because what people who live outside of India are doing for Indians, even if they don't meet those Indian children themselves, we are still trying to do something for our Indian population, even when we are outside of India. So, likewise, in India, when people are awakening to what they should do, if they are awakening to wanting to donate somewhere, do some social good, instead of donating all the money collected, and last a few years back, one of my friends group also collected money during Diwali time and birthday time, whatever money they had collected for gifting to friends during birthdays. Afterwards they had some money left over, and they decided to gift it over to a non-profit organization. Now, while that's great that if in your social groups you're doing some fun activities where as a result of the fun activity you have some money that you end up donating somewhere, instead of just simply donating it to a organization, if you live in a particular, and in India street children are everywhere, orphans are everywhere, if not orphans, people who do not have a financial security are aplenty. So in your own neighborhoods or near your workplaces, if you meet these street children who are selling something, or singing, some kids sometimes sing in the trains, or not just children, there are women also, there are elderly women, there are elderly men, there are disabled people also who are selling things. And I know there is a franchise of people also who do there is a racket involving these kind of people as well, but there are also genuine people who aren't involved in any rackets, who do need some financial boost in their life. And for such people, if you've met such kids or have often seen those kids in your neighborhoods, and you want to do something different this Diwali, then I would ask you that if your society or your social group or your work group is doing some wanting to do some corporate social responsibility related work, why not collect the money to go first take the time to go and talk to these kids and understand what is their why are they working, if there is really a financial need in their home, and why not put those kids into school instead right now when they are young, than put them into work like they are doing the street work. If their parents can be convinced to put them into school, or if some money, I know giving money to them to put the kids into school might sound a little off, but if there is a financial need in their family, if there is some work that their family could be given that is more suitable for maybe like a woman to do from their home, or an elderly person to do from their home, while these kids are, some of these kids could be kids where they are part of a family where they don't have a father, or they could be part of a family where someone is disabled in their family and can't work, or they are unemployed people in the family, that's why the kids are sent to work, or they could be whatever, be getting raised by their grandparents. So whatever is the reason, if you find the root cause of what is the reason why they are selling things on the street instead of going to school, or after going to school they are doing this work on the side, wouldn't it be better if we didn't have kids working, and if we instead had kids enjoying their childhood days than being driven to work at such a young age? I have got nothing against people doing some work when they are young, but childhood is also meant to be a age where you should have fun with your friends rather than be thinking about finances and money. That is what I feel about it. And if other people like me also feel the same way, and if you want to do something meaningful like this, start talking amongst your friends groups, social groups, work groups, satsang, whatever religious groups you have, because any one of us can start doing these kind of work at any point of time. Most religious organizations don't do this except a few, like the Sikhs who do the langar activities during the weekends in some of the gurudwaras that I have visited. But other than that, many religious organizations do get a lot of donation from their people of that religion, but those donations don't usually get used effectively, or can get misused as well. But instead of misusing them or not using them effectively, why not start thinking about how to actually use the money that you have donated to God? Because while most religions tell to donate to an organization for some organization's purposes and operational purposes of that organization, the main reason why donations are asked by all religions, or is a thing that is most religions talk about, is because when you donate, the donation is meant to not simply go towards your religious priests or priestly activities or maintenance of a temple or gurudwara or something, but it is also meant to the deeper purpose why these donations to God were created was not because God needs anything from us. God just needs, what God actually needs from humans is to take care of other humans who are in need. So looking at those needs of those humans is more important, and meeting those needs when you have a lot of donations being given to you can be very easily done by any religious or charitable organization. All they have to do is think in a similar way as how the Sikhs have been doing, get inspired from them, get inspired from any other thing that inspires you to come up with your own individual or group specific strategy to help resolve problems that are actually meaningfully resolvable. If any group of 5, 10, 20 people start working on some of these issues related to poverty or related to someone not having a job, that if they did indeed have a job, their kids could instead have a as good a childhood as most average middle class to upper middle class people's children usually get. And at least they should have that much of a childhood where they don't need to worry about finances from a young age. So if people can start thinking about this, doing things related to this, I think God would be much more pleased if you spent your money on doing that kind of activity which is truly meaningful, rather than just simply giving someone a pack of sweets. Like, yeah, if you are just working at an individual level, just giving a pack of sweets to someone, a watchman in your building or a watchman in your workplace, is definitely a good beginning, or a pack of sweets and a bag of gifts to them is a good beginning. But if you are working in a large corporate company or living in a large society, or are the privileged ones to have a large group of friends, then start working with those friends into doing those kind of activities. That donation would truly end up helping shape some few children's lives or few adults lives who are in need of a livelihood, but because they don't have the right leg up, they can't start doing something, even if they may have some skills that could be useful for them to hold in order for them to gain some meaningful livelihood. I hope this made sense. Another thing, during Diwali time, everyone wants people buy things from online or from a store, and there's usually, if you like a dress and it's in a wrong size, some of these stores hire people to tailors to stitch your clothes and shape your clothes in the right way. Why not also, if you are finding some women who need work during the Diwali time, I would request some stores or tailoring places to also hire some temporary help during the festival timings. Now, from Diwali to next year, many months of festivals are going to come up in the next few months. So, we are not just going to have a Hindu festival, but we will have a Muslim festival, we'll have a Christian festival. So, all these festivals that are going to come up in the next few months, in those months, for 3 months also, if you hire someone for temporarily for those 3 months or 4 months of the festival seasons in India, during that time, you can give some good some kind of moderate respectable livelihood to someone who may not be maybe healthy enough to go and do strenuous work, but they can do artwork, decorative work related to stitching activities. If someone can teach them those skills, they can be good at translating those skills into something beneficial. So think over these things. There's still time, and there's still a lot many months for other festivals to emerge slowly, so everyone can plan ahead, and that extra money that you want to donate it towards a thing that will be truly meaningfully uplifting and truly bring a smile, like it brought smile in the face of these boys when they were simply enjoying one meal. And that one meal for them means a lot, especially because they are that class of society for whom every one meal like that matters. So if you do even one small simple act, if you want to do it at an individual scale, do some simple act like that. And if you want to do it at a group scale, do something, and you are fortunate enough to be part of a group, then do it in a group scale, so that greater impact can be held in their life than simply providing them food, but providing them a means of education so that they can earn better money and have a better life in their future. So have a happy Diwali, and I hope everyone had a happy Navratri. So in the time between Navratri to Diwali, instead of focusing on self or focusing on what you want to get or what you want to gain during this festival season, I think Lakshmi, goddess, will be more pleased if you focus on what you can give, especially those people who are privileged enough to be able to give to others. And have a safe Diwali and try to make it also a little less pollution oriented if possible. Thank you very much. Have a great day.